Okay, to start this project, we're just gonna go composition, new composition, widescreen with square pixels, and we'll keep everything else default, and then for duration, 240 frames. So we're gonna need texture, so let's go to Google and just search up a metal texture. And okay, let's just go with this one here. Alright, that's good. Just save it to desktop and go back to After Effects. We're going to right click in the project tab and go file and import our texture. So now we're going to drag the texture down here and we're going to hit enter and name it right wall. Now we're going to just hit F4 to toggle the options and press on the little box underneath the cube. This will make our layer 3D. So now go to over here where there's a rotation tool, or you can just press W, and we're going to rotate on the Y axis. First we're going to click on the Y and then hold shift and rotate it until you can't see it. Now I'm just going to drag it all the way to the right side, and we're just going to resize it so it'll fit nicely. Okay, and it's going to click on the right wall layer, hit Control D and duplicate it. We're going to name it left layer, or left wall. And then we're just going to drag it all the way to the left side. Alright, now we're going to duplicate that and name it bottom wall. I'm going to drag that out, and we're going to use the rotate tool again and rotate it on the x-axis while holding shift. Get it flat. And then we're just going to use the select tool, drag it, and then resize it. Okay, so that should be good. Now, just going to duplicate the bottom layer, name it top wall, and raise it all the way to the top. So now we've got our basic box. We just need one more layer, duplicate again, and name that one back wall. Bring it down, and we're going to rotate it on the Y axis while holding shift, and we get it back. Now go back to select tool, go onto the Z, and just move it all the way back. Alright, that looks good. So now we're just gonna go over here to layer, new, camera, and we're gonna use the 35mm preset, which I have ready. Now with this we can go here to the track Z camera tool, and we can move in and out of our vent. If we go close up, you can see any mistakes that you made, and I just have a little mistake here. Let me just expand the texture, cover up that. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to zoom back out of our little box here. And we want this cave or vent to be bigger. So I'm going to click on one of the walls, and then we're going to go to Effect, Stylize, and Motion Tile. Then we'll go to Output Width, make that to 500. And then we're going to just click on Motion Tile, Edit, Copy, and select right wall, Control and click on bottom and top so that all three layers are selected. Then we'll go Edit, Paste. If you do that right, when you use the track Z camera tool, zoom out, we have our vent. So I'm just going to use the select tool to move the back wall back some more because there's a lot of space. Alright, so that's nicely done. So I'm going to zoom as far as I can go in here. And I'm going to go Layer, New, Light. Now we're going to have 150% intensity and a mid-gray color, and just hit OK. And the light will be all the way there, so we're gonna use select tool click on the Z of the light and just pull it back. Pull it, pull it, pull it. And just continue to pull it until it gets all the way here, so the light spreads through everywhere. Okay, so see this here? This is the point of interest. Wherever you point that is where the camera flash is going to be. Or not camera, the light. So we're going to be using that later. But for now we have another problem. As you can see, the back wall is the same color as everything else. So we're going to click on the back wall layer. I'm going to go to Effect, Color Correction, and use Exposure. Just going to put the exposure into negative, and we can play around that until you find one that matches better and you like it. I'll just go to that. And now it matches better. So after that, I'm going to click on this T here, which is text tool, and I'm going to write my text, which is going to be Pyro Production. I'll just drag that and center it, and I'm going to click the 3D button, and it will fly all the way back. I'm just going to use the select tool and push it back a little bit more than that. Okay, so that looks nice. I'm just going to give the text a little bit more effect, so I'm going to go color correction and use hue and saturation. I'll put down the master saturation a bit, and the lightness. Just move that like that. Okay. That should be nice. So now I'm going to go back to the light layer and expand the options. Expand it some more until I can see the point of interest. So I'm going to grab the point of interest and I'm going to drag it in a place where I can't really see the text that well. Odd. Let's see. Alright. Let's drag the text below light so that you can't see it. And now we're going to continue the light options. So yeah, we're just going to move around, and we're going to put it like here in the corner, and we'll press the stopwatch beside the point of interest. That'll make our first keyframe. So now I'm just going to move it up like 30 frames, and 31, and I'll move the point of interest over here where we still can't see the text that well. Okay. That'll make another keyframe. Then I'll bring it all the way up to 75, and then I'll point it, the point of interest, all the way to where the text is.